There's YouTube is live. Let's get. We're gonna go live on Twitter for the first time. Very cool. Good to see Twitter. Let me get this. Take a second to get that locked in. Twitter's live. YouTube's live. Oops, logged out over here. Let's get you Facebook. We get Facebook going. Facebook's always the first. Everyone on Facebook right now is going, hey, I don't see it yet. So flip the camera around, type in a title, Ep199 live. All right, live on YouTube, live on Twitter for the first time, or again, live on YouTube, Facebook, and last but not least, let's do Instagram here, shall we? And live on Instagram. Woo! All kinds of stuff going on. So welcome. Good evening. Hello. So Twitter's going to be a little hard for me to read. It's way out there, so it may be a little more tough. Lisa's here. Good evening to you. Tammy is over on YouTube and then Instagram. So Instagram here, Facebook here, YouTube here, Twitter there. All kinds of cool stuff. Roxanne checking in from Newfoundland. We're international out of the gate. Good evening to all of you. Welcome to episode 199 of Wise Advice. Woo! Been a while since we've done this. I tell you, schedules are just absolutely crazy over here. You know the deal. Rebecca's here. Good evening. Shannon's here from Denver. You know the deal. Working about an hour and a half away, which is certainly not what I intended, but it's working. So we're making the best of that. Let me go ahead and clear this as well. Megan's here from Arkansas. Good evening. Let's see. Tammy is on YouTube. Donna's here. Michelle is here. Karen from Long Island. Randy out of Minneapolis is over on Twitter. Very cool. Carrie is here on YouTube. Good evening to you. And you guys are all over the place tonight. Keith checking in. Michelle checking in. Good evening to you. Help with restarting the program. So restarting the program is as simple as saying, boom, you're back on track. You're done. There you go. Start now. It's that easy. I wish it was simply that easy, but it's that easy mentally just to go ahead and I'm doing it. So, Pam, good evening to you. Jennifer checking in from the Pacific Northwest, dinner time. Good evening. Georgine is here. Betty is here from Chicago. Good evening to you. Judy says hello. Rochelle says 199 from Cincinnati. Good evening to you. Margie, hello. Beth from Omaha, good evening to you. Julie's checking in from Pennsylvania. Hit 81 pounds down tonight. Wow, good job. Outstanding work. Julie's checking in. Donna's checking in from Kentucky. Good evening to you. LaDonna's here. Good evening to you. Chris is over on Instagram. Big John's here. Good evening to you, sir. Colette checking in from Long Island as well. All kinds of fun stuff going on tonight. So Julie says, need to hit a reset. I think that's a common theme for a lot of us, right? I think, I don't know, it's just one of those things. You know, you just reset when it's time to, right? You know when it's time to say, hey, I need to get back in the saddle. And the trick is recognizing that trend quicker rather than later. So over on Twitter, says had a 151-point day. Oh, lost it. Let's see here. Yeah, so Twitter's going to be interesting because Twitter makes it hard for me to read the comments as well. So, yeah, Tammy says restarting now. That's exactly how you do it. Refocus the very next. I don't even think you need to wait to the very next day. I think you can reset as soon as you put your fork down. You know, as soon as you put your fork down, you say, hey, I'm doing this. And you just kind of start over, really. It's kind of, I hate to say it's that easy, but the reality is it kind of is. So, very fun. Jessica is here on YouTube. Good evening to you. Nora says, smiling faces, beautiful places from South Carolina. Good evening to you. 95 pounds down. Good job. Patty from Western Pennsylvania. Pam says, hello again. My YouTube crashes. So YouTube's working for me right now. Seems, that phone I rebooted. We had some problems with that phone a little while ago. Ended up finally getting that rebooted. Yeah. So hopefully all has been well. It's a Sunday night. It's a little early, earlier than normal. Normally we are 9:30, 10 o'clock is about the time we kind of hit this live show. But certainly tonight we're a little early at 9. Man, I just need to catch up on some sleep, so hopefully I can do that tonight. Ray says, at some point, can we discuss on your show the differences between drinking a smoothie and eating pureed vegetable soup? Why does the smoothie have points, but the soup wouldn't? I've asked the leaders, and they say that's all about the method in which the food gets in your mouth. Certainly I can give you my opinion. I have no idea what the true thought people were behind that, but the general concept is you can drink a smoothie a lot quicker than you can eat something, and you can probably drink a smoothie quicker than you can eat it with a spoon. So if you were to take a smoothie and eat it spoon by spoon like you would a soup, it's probably going to be similar to the soup, right? Because the concept is if you take all of this food, puree it, and you drink it in about 4 or 5 seconds, then you could very easily overeat in calories in 5 to 10, 15 seconds. Whereas if you're taking a soup and you're really taking a bite, sitting, drinking some water, talking, taking another bite, you're a little more mindful to the eating process than you are simply drinking. So that's the concept behind why if you take vegetables and drink them, you have to count them, but if you eat them, you don't. Regardless, the calorie count is going to be the same for you. But what they're thinking, I believe, what the concept behind it is that if you're going to take the time to sit and be mindful to the meal, then by all means, we're encouraging you to do that, giving you those 0-point items so that you can enjoy them. So that's the general concept. Certainly a great question to ask those who developed the program. I was not in on that team by any stretch of the imagination. I simply was, it was given to me the same way it was given to you. So hope that helps a little bit. Pam checking in from Colorado Springs. John says, I can hear you now. Good. Michelle says, I like the Wise Advice quarter zip sweatshirt. Yeah, so no, they're not for sale yet, but I'm working on it. I had to get one to see if I liked it. So, oops, on this side, right? Yeah, so maybe we'll if it helps me from not having to pack and ship them, then sure. But we'll figure it out. I think we will. I think you will see them soon. Is the answer that I'll give you. As of right now, no. But I certainly know how to get more. Let's put it that way. Pam says, glad there are multiple choices to view. I agree. Let's see. Jennifer saying hi to Pam. Lee says hello to everyone. Yeah, it's a wool sweater, really. It's very, very, very thin, but it's super duper comfortable. Yeah, and Lisa chimes in, says a hot soup takes longer to consume as well. So I really believe it's more about anything. It's the time it takes to actually consume it is what is factored in more than anything. So if you take your bowl of soup and drink the whole thing like that, like an uncivilized caveman, then yeah, you should probably at that point track it. But if you eat it the normal way you would normally eat a soup, and that's slow, methodical with a spoon, yeah, you're going to recognize the cues that your body's given you that you're eating more as you're eating slowly. So that's my guess. My guess is more than anything, it's the time it takes to consume it. So hope that helps. Heather checking in from Ontario. Good evening to you. Robin, exactly. Stomach doesn't recognize you're full when it's a smoothie. Yep, exactly. Blending carrots with spinach and water helped me get them down. If I need a little sweetness, I throw in half an apple. It makes me pretty full. Yeah, I can't do that. Spinach, pureed or not, is still spinach. Not doing it. So, good evening, Rebecca. How are you? Dina is here. Good evening to you. Let's see. Tracy checking in from Chicago. Julie says hello to Kelly. Yeah, Deborah says good evening. Glad to see you. Glad to see you as well. Kathy checking in from New Hampshire. Jill checking in from Florida. Good evening to you. Big John, good evening to you, Big John. I know it's Big John. How do you not know? So John and I, if you guys haven't followed her on, John is an amazing dude. He hosts what's called Big's Golf Talk. Him and a good friend of mine, Bill, the Golf Father. If you saw, we were in Tulsa. We were in Tulsa a couple weeks ago. Did a live radio show. He had me on his show. So if you're at all interested in golf, Biggs, BIGGS, golftalk.com. It's Golf Talk for golfers. He does an amazing show there. So John, good evening to you. Again, always glad to see you. Missouri checking in. Wendy says hello. Westport, Mass. Man. So yeah, so maybe you guys are, you guys are digging this. It's cool. I just got it because I wanted one. But maybe we'll find a way to bring them to the rest of us. Justin is here. Justin, your email opens up episode 199. So you will hear Justin's email at the beginning of the show. Tyndall checking in. Michael, good evening to you. Sema Valley, California. Sharon's here. Marietta, Georgia. Jennifer checking in. Jennifer says episode 199. Pretty exciting. I know. Donna, it's cold here today. We had rain for 2 days. The air conditioner is still blowing, so it's actually a slight chill in the house, believe it or not, in June. But yeah. So let's see. Mandy's here. Woohoo! Good evening to you. Nancy says, long time podcast listener, first time Facebook Live event. So we ring a bell. Woohoo! Carrie is, I don't know if Carrie's still here. I saw her earlier. Carrie sent us a bell to ring when anyone gets here, so we definitely got it. Joanne, good evening to you. Let's see. All right, are we ready for 199? I think we're ready. I think let's go ahead and do this. We're 12 minutes into it. Yeah, Kelly says hit 10% last week. Very, 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 very awesome. If you hit 10%, you can hit goal. You know that mantra, right? We've said that way more than once. So that's exciting stuff. So very, very, very fun. All right, let's do episode 199. Whew. Can you believe we're almost got 200 episodes? I wish we would have had them sooner. Obviously that's the plan, is to do this way more often. My wife and I, before the show, we were talking about that, and I told you this a couple episodes ago that when she's home for the summer, I rely on her to help me with a lot of things. But so far, she's been home for 2 weeks, and we haven't had a chance to really connect on anything. So I worked all weekend today, so all weekend Saturday and all day Saturday, all day Sunday. So got home a little early from work today, not much, and kind of chilled, and then boom, here we are. So, and then back to work tomorrow. So yeah, when I work all weekend, it makes it a little difficult, but her and I haven't caught up. But once her and I catch up, then she will help me get a couple of these shows written, and we'll be back into that groove that we also love. So let's do this. Let's get episode 199 done. Get your water ready. Mic check, testing 1 2. All right, we're rolling back there. That's good news. So let's see. Ha! Janine's upstairs chiming in. I promise to get him and I organized soon. Cheers. 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 Carrie says drinking now. Here it is. Man, I love water. I love water. Whoever made that, awesome. Awesome people who made water. So keep up the great work with the Water Factory. All right, episode 199. Here we go. Let's do this, shall we? Yeah, it's funny. It's not a sweater. It's a wool. It's a very, very, very thin layer of wool, a merino wool. which is a hollow hair fiber that adjusts to your body temperature. It's actually super duper comfortable. I wear it year round anyway. So Rebecca, I know where it was. I know where it was made. You guys are funny. All right, so episode 199. Here we go. Matthew King. Good evening to you, sir. Episode 199. Here we go. I was going to get ready. I was like, all right. I am your host, Fat Dag. You're listening to Wise Advice. My weight loss journey failed when I focused on how. It wasn't until I switched my focus to why that I truly transformed myself. Join the show on the web at fatdag.com and follow along on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram, all at Wise Advice. Send in your comments, your questions, your celebrations. I'll include them as part of the show. But before we dive in, remember, when you're out of points, stop eating points. Hey, I'm honored to be your wingman as we walk through this journey together because I believe in you. Well, hello there. Welcome to episode 199 of Wise Advice. We're about to be at episode 200. Slowly but surely, we're climbing up there, getting up to 200. I assure you we will get there in the month of June, so hang on, sit tight, and enjoy the ride. Thanks for all of you tuning in live on Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, Twitter. It's really fun to have all of you out here. Looks like we're a little over, I don't know, I can't add real quick, 130, 140 people watching us live. Absolutely cool. The best part of that is watching you guys interact with each other. Really brings us back into that community piece where we understand each other, we get it done, and we're out there doing it. So truly, thank you for being here for that. This show continues to come to you commercial free. Thanks to those of you who have stepped up in the additional role of being a wingman over on Patreon. You can go to fatdag.com, click on Become a Patron. I appreciate all of that support as well. Thank you for there. But let's dive right in to the very first email. It comes in from Justin. Justin says, hey, Mike. Hey, this has nothing to do with weight loss. I teach high school science. Last fall, I had a young lady who was just absolutely down on herself. She was about to quit high school. Like many young people today, she was dealing with way more than a junior in high school should. I asked her to come see me after school, and she did show up. We talked and she shared some of her struggles. I had her make some goals that day and then write them down. This was hard as she's never done this, and there were a few tears as she finally put the pen to the paper. Once she was done, I told her that, we haven't completed the hard part of this yet. I looked at her, I pointed to her list, and I said, why? She looked at me and said, well, because I want to do them. And I said, that's not good enough. Why? Needless to say, there were more tears that she shed as she grappled with her true why. She wrote it down, and I told her I wanted her to rewrite this down, and we put it at the front of her notebook for her to see each and every day when she opened it up to do any work. Well, let's fast forward. She stayed in school. She not only passed my class, but she did really well. She also truly excelled the second semester in her new classes. I see her every day, and we look at each other and we say, my why. This semester, I decided to do this with all of my students, and while some of them didn't take it as seriously as I would have hoped, there were some that wrote some very powerful things. I was able to see what really made them tick. From reading that one student just wanted to hear someone say they were proud of her, to another student saying he wanted to prove his father wrong, that he wasn't going to be a high school dropout. I've used your strategies on weight loss and transformed them to education, each and every time giving full credit to you when people ask me about this idea. I wanted you to know the reach your ideas have gone and the powerful work that you're doing each and every day, even on the days that you don't. I hope one day to be able to meet you and thank you in person. I'll be sure to send you a picture of the young lady when she walks across the stage next year this time. Justin. Justin, absolutely cool email. Amazing job. Thank you, sir, for taking time out of your day to be let me back up. Thank you for dedicating your life to being a teacher. Of course, as you know, my wife is a teacher, so I have a lot of respect for that profession, but not just because she does it, but because she does it, I see firsthand what being a teacher means. And again, my hat is off to you. An amazing profession that completely has an impact on the world like no other thing does. So thank you absolutely for that. But now let's go one step further. Thank you for wanting to make a difference in any way that you can. And I really believe that as we come through this process of figuring out why we do anything in life, the reality is no matter what it is we do, you have to know why. If you start your morning with why am I getting up? Why am I going to work? Why? You will then start to make more decisions that are fueled by that why. Generally speaking, a lot of us go through life not really understanding why in that true sense. We just do what we feel like we need to do based on some routines. If you want to change your routine, you have to dig into why the routine you're currently in isn't working, and then go one step further, say, what is the new routine that I want to look like? What does it look like? And then now, why am I able to do it? It truly is all about the focus. And what you've done with this young lady and what you've done with all of your students is you've started their day off with a little bit of focus. You've asked them to write down their why. You've asked them to dig into that brain. You've asked them to put pen to paper. You've asked them to take a moment of their day to figure out what it is they're going to do and why they're going to do it. When they take that short pause and they say, okay, now I know why. And then as you have her put it in the front of her notebook and you have them write it out and refer to it often, if you really get to the root of it, that decision can power you through any decision you want to make. Amazing job using the strategy. It certainly is not my strategy. It's one I picked up along the way. There are many people that understand this strategy as well. So thank you for the kudos, but absolutely is really, I thank you for digging deeper and wanting to help out all the way around. You can do this. They can do this. We all can do this, but you got to know why you're doing it. And man, you've really tapped into that. So thank you for doing that. And the very cool piece you said is you're able to really see what makes them tick. That's it. If you know why yourself ticks, if you know why you tick, if you know why someone else ticks, it's very easy to find the motivation at that point to continue the ticking. So Justin, thank you for your email. Thank you for tuning in live as we share episode 199. Truly an honor to be here with you and to be in your presence as you continue to change the world as well, being a high school science teacher. And as a father of a high school student currently going into her junior year, I think I may email you for some help in the tutoring department. So just kidding. Absolutely. So next up, Bonnie writes in, says, hi, Mike. Hey, I've started this note so many times. I listened to your podcast and I've learned to trust your thoughts and opinions. I'd appreciate your feedback on my journey. But first, a little history. I've been overweight since junior high. At age 15, I had my first puppy love and I lost about 25 or 30 pounds. I maintained it until after high school, which was a long time ago. I gained over 60 pounds with my first baby. I was 19 years old, far too young to start a family, but that's another conversation. I have kept that, and I've gained about 40 more over the many years. I've been a member of Weight Watchers at least 900 different times, staying with it from anywhere from a month to 3 years each time. I have tried most other diet plans, Nutrisystem, Atkins, South Beach, and on and on and on. I have listened to your podcast along with others. I've heard you say, and I agree with you, that a change of mind has to happen for you to succeed long term. Well, I don't want to lose the weight only to gain it back again. That scares me into being frozen to make any change. I've heard this phrase so many times that it's drilled into my brain. If you think losing weight is hard, just wait. Maintenance is so hard. Well, if that's true, I don't have a prayer. I can't even lose the weight to begin with. So if maintaining the weight loss is harder, well, what's the point? I heard your podcast from the other day, and you said it wasn't harder. It was just different. Really? Is it possible to keep the weight off forever? My poor, sweet husband, we just celebrated our 34th wedding anniversary. He is so supportive, but I can't even imagine telling him that I want to join Weight Watchers again. I know I'm supposed to believe in myself, but I just don't. There is no history to show me this time would be any different than any other. I would appreciate any thoughts you have regarding my issues. Thank you for caring. Thank you for serving our great country. Warm wishes, Bonnie. Well, Bonnie, let's go all the way back to the beginning of your email and says that you've learned to trust your thoughts, trust my thoughts and opinions, and you appreciate my feedback. So trust is the key here. You end your email saying, or towards the end, that you know that you're supposed to believe in yourself, but you just don't. Well, I want you to know a couple things for now. Is I believe in you. I believe you can do this. And you opened your email saying you trust me. So if you trust me and I say I believe in you, let's leave it at that. If you don't believe in yourself at this current moment, that's completely fine. Allow me to believe in you as you simply trust me, follow the plan, and continue to change your life. At some point, you will come around and you will start to believe in yourself, but you don't have to start the journey believing in yourself. You have to start the journey believing that you can simply start the journey. That's where we're at. Now, so here we are, a year and change now, probably almost 2 years coming up since I hit goal. And I still agree that maintenance is not any harder. I believe maintenance is way more fun. I believe maintenance is just different. It's a completely different journey. No, it's not harder. And the reason I share that is exactly what you said in your emails. If I told you it was hard and we have difficulty getting here, well, who wants to ramp up the focus towards the end? Don't you just want to at some point get on with your life and enjoy your life and just kind of go back to being a new you? That's what I want you to do, and that's exactly what I'm doing. So I truly, firmly, 100% believe that maintenance is way more fun. A lot of times people say that maintenance is harder because as you're losing the weight, you do have some accolades along the way. You do have some motivation along the way. You have some data points that you can kind of keep tracking. You have people telling you how awesome you are. You have people telling you how great you look. You start recognizing how good you feel. You start recognizing you change your body. You start buying new clothes. All of that as you're losing weight is absolutely incredible. There is no replacement for the joy you get for buying a smaller pair of pants. There is no replacement for when someone goes, oh my God, you look fantastic. There are no replacements for that. Those motivators along the way absolutely power you to get to your goal. When you get to your goal and you settle in and you've finally seen everybody that you ever met on the planet, and everybody now finally accepts you for the weight and size that you are, then the compliments quit coming. And that is at the point where people say, it's hard. Because if you decided to lose weight to satisfy somebody else, if you decided that the reason you were doing this was for the accolades, was for all of that attention, when the attention goes away, you have to find a whole new way to stay motivated. So it's not any harder, it's just different. So what I'm telling you about why it's more fun is there was a point in my journey where I weighed and measured everything. Pulling out potato chips, put them on a scale. I would weigh potato chips. I would put some back in the bag. I'm pretty sure if I had the ability, I would have cut M&Ms in half to stick to the plan. I was so disciplined. I was so motivated. I wanted to make sure more than anything that I got to goal. I did that. I used that timing, that education to get myself to a new lifestyle. I learned how to eat. I learned what being full meant, not being overfull. I learned to trust the process, to say that, one sandwich for lunch would fill me up if you would just give it time to let it digest into your body. It's that trust that you open up the email with. It's that trust in that I believe in you that ends the email. And so I had to learn all of that through the program. And so then later on, as I get finally to goal, I used that knowledge to help me maintain. And so now what I can do is I don't have to stress about going to a family picnic, or I don't have to stress about going to an event. I don't have to wonder what the menu is going to be like there. I now know, and I trust in my ability to know that if I get to a wedding and for some reason the food isn't pre-pointed out, I'm going to be okay. And that makes it way more fun because the stress of having to satisfy a scale number is gone. The stress of every single day of going to a meeting and weighing in and wanting the scale to be down is very stressful. You take that stress, and the only way to make that stress go away is by someone saying, you look great. So as you're losing weight, you get all those compliments, but you forget the amount of stress it takes to get there, and you're weighing and measuring, and you're declining wedding invitations, you're declining social engagements because you're so focused on wanting to lose weight. When you get there, when you celebrate, when you reach goal, when you step on the scale and say, I no longer want to lose any more weight, you then have to now adjust and say, you know what, I got this. I've proven to myself I can do it. I know I can do it. I now believe in me. And when you believe in you, the freedom, the absolute pure joy and freedom of finally saying, I did this. And if I did it once, I can do it every single time, gives you the opportunity to then enjoy your life, a whole new life, with a whole new set of rules, with a whole new education. And that is what you're after. Congratulations on your 34th wedding anniversary. You know, there will be plenty of people on the planet that if you said 34 years of marriage, they'd say, you know, there's no way I could do that. You did it. That wasn't easy either, but you did it. So you clearly have the strength. Congratulations on that. I believe, you know, when you say he's so supportive, I want you to go out and tell him right now, hey, I'm starting over. I'm going to join Weight Watchers again. I need your help. I need your support. This time will be different. I don't know how. I don't know why. But what I know is this time I want to get it done. We're going to get it done together. So absolutely keep doing this. Just simply, again, take a moment. Trust me. Trust me as I tell you that you can do this. You absolutely can do this. You've heard time and time again on this episode, on this show, of people who've made amazing transformations. At some point, every single one of those people dared to take that first step. Whether they believed in themselves or not, they took that first step and continued on. That's what I'm asking you to do. You may not get to the point where you believe in yourself until you're very close to hitting your goal, but when you get to that point, you absolutely will jump up and down in celebration. Keep up the amazing work, Bonnie. Thank you so much for your email. Kathy writes in similarly and says, hey, hi, Fat Dag. Hey, I started in February 2017, online only, and I switched to meetings October 2017. Since starting in October, I've gained 10.9 pounds, and it's been so difficult. Well, I knew it wasn't the plan. It was me not wanting to track. I didn't know where the lack of motivation was coming from. There were times when I didn't think I wanted this enough, which is crazy because I would be saying that through the tears. I had a list of whys, but none of them stood up to temptation. I realized, with a little help from some of your podcasts, that I've been sabotaging myself without even really knowing it. I was telling myself it was too hard. I think I can't. I didn't believe it was possible. When it got hard, I said, well, to heck with it. And I ate a bowl or two or three of ice cream and hot fudge. However, just now, listening to one of your podcasts, I let myself imagine the moment that I hit goal. I believed for that second, and my eyes welled with tears. Your podcast, combined with my meeting today, made me a believer. My motivation is back. I don't know how or why, but I think I can. Thanks to podcast 196, it will be my new motivator. I also, thanks to you and my meeting, I have a new why. For the summer, I'm living alone in Mississippi, and I will not see any of my family again until mid to late August. I am going to do this for the You Look Greats and the Did You Lose Weight? I will track it all because that is where I struggle. My goal is to track it, and my why is, as I've said. Thank you for all that you do and for helping me find my motivation and the belief that I can do this. Kathy. Well, Kathy, congratulations on finally getting to that point where you say, I can do it. That's the piece that we're all after. You know, the great quote, this is coming off the top of my head, so I don't have the quote reference, but I think it's Henry Ford, right? If you think you can or you think you can't, either way, you're going to be right. It doesn't matter what your brain believe or what you say. If you believe one or the other, that is what your body's going to work very hard to continue to prove true to you. So if you think you can, you wake up every single morning trying hard to do that. If you think you can't, it becomes very easy to agree with yourself. And then certainly say, you know what, I can't do this. And then you want to be right. No one likes to be wrong. So if you think you can, you prove yourself right. If you think you can't, you prove yourself right. So take the time, take the energy, take that motivation, and every single morning, every single afternoon, every single evening, remind yourself that you can. I'm not telling you to be perfect. I'm not asking you to be 100% in. What I'm asking you is 100% believe you can do it, 100% try, and go absolutely get it done. You know, there are things in life that we do that certainly are difficult. And if you think back of anything you've ever done that was difficult, that you put in the effort, that you put in the work, and when you finally checked it off, that joy, that self-pride, that self-satisfaction of knowing that you did it. Well, yeah, it's that is what we're after. So when you say, when it gets hard, you say to heck with it, then you go self-sabotage. Think of the opposite is when it gets hard and you push forward and you say, wow, and you do it. That feeling is the feeling that you get when you get to goal. It's actually uncomparable to anything else that you're ever going to get to. But certainly there are things that are much easier to do in life. But man, the hard things that you do, that you accomplish, that's where the true joy and satisfaction comes from. So thanks for continuing to tune in. Thanks for taking that visual moment, for taking a moment and visually realizing, visually understanding that if you just close your eyes and you take for just a second and you say, you know what? What's it going to look like when I hit goal? What's it going to feel like? I want you to do this with me right now. I want you just close your eyes, unless you're driving. If you're driving, then please don't do that. But for those of you who aren't driving, I want you to close your eyes. I want you to sit there for just a second, and I want you to say, I just hopped on the scale. I made goal. I did it. All of the hard work, all of the sacrifice, I did that. What does it look like? What does it feel like? Was it worth it? All of the pain and suffering and all of the trials and tribulations that it took you to get here, was it worth this exact moment right now where you're hopped on the scale and you say, I did this? Yeah. Yeah. And so you took that moment to say, yeah, I did it. And so use that as your motivation to get it done. And so last thing I want to address is your last paragraph. I love that you're using that for motivation. I just want to give you a quick little caution because, when you say your why is that you're spending some time alone and that you're going to be reunited with your family and you're looking for that you look great and the did you lose weight. Those are incredible. When people say those things to you, that is that confirmation of that all that hard work that you did, all the sacrifice that you made, all of whatever it is you did to get to goal. When someone takes a moment to pat you on the back and recognize it by saying you look great and asking you if you lost weight, yeah, there is very little that compares to that. But I want you to know, like we talked about on the earlier email, is those do eventually go away. So use those as motivation, use those to power you through. But once you get there, I want you to continue to write down the amazing things that continue to go right in your life, because those do dry up, those do go away. And at that point, your true pride and joy needs to come from something that you did for you and you alone internally. Celebrate your health, celebrate some new fitness goals, celebrate some new things that only you truly understand. Kathy, if you do that, you can continue to maintain this. You can continue to do whatever it is you want to do and have an amazing, successful journey. Keep up the amazing work. Thank you so much. Last email for episode 199 is, folks, this is absolutely going to be another fun one. Jennifer writes in. Jennifer, for those of you who don't know, Jennifer is an amazing wingman. She got her group of folks together, sent in a whole bunch of cards for Operation Fat Dag, and she finally just sent me this email, which I've been waiting for. I've been opening my e-box every single day, waiting for this email, and here it is. It says, "Dear Mike, I made goal." Hey, you said to start with that first, so there it is. Now I want to thank you. I know that your podcast is one of the many tools in my toolbox, but you've made a difference for me and so many others. You are an inspiration, and I'm honored to know you. I think I will leave my story to when I reach lifetime. For now, I want to share with you some things that I've learned and are gained during my 14-year journey with Weight Watchers. Number 1, the ability to be kind to myself. Number 2, my youth and my health. I feel younger now than I did 20 years ago. I don't get sick very often, and if I do catch a cold or something, I recover quickly. Number 3, I have become a lit mama. Those of you that have teenagers will know what that means. I have fun, I play games, I go biking, swimming, vacationing with all of my kids, and it seems that they and their friends think I'm pretty cool for my age. Number 4, I am not afraid. Before I was shy and insecure, always worried about how I looked or what others thought of me. Now I speak in front of large audiences, I sing karaoke, and I thoroughly enjoy helping others and participating in events at work. Number 5, such wonderful friends and my wingmen. You know who you are. Number 6, my passion for helping others that struggle with their weight. I hope to become a leader someday, and until then, I will continue to be part of my Weight Watcher meeting and on Connect. Number 7, I am brave. I learned to ski, go jeeping with my husband, travel around the world for work, even though I had an incredible fear of flying. I look forward to adventures, camping, hiking, and the outdoors. Number 8, my fitness. I have done multiple triathlons, the Komen 3-day, Zumba, kickboxing, etc. Number 9, I like posing for pictures. What? And I don't hide behind everyone. Number 10, I found healthy foods that I love. Steelhead trout is my favorite, and I make my husband grill it up for me once a week. Number 11, goodbye Spanx or any restrictive undergarments. Yeah, I know, too much information, I get it. Number 12, airplane seats are comfortable. 13, size medium. Really? Number 14, normal size bathroom towels. It just does the trick. And number 15, eliminate back problems. I herniated disc after my daughter was born, lost all the feeling in my left leg, and I was in therapy for 6 months. I have absolutely no pain now. 16, my biometric screening score at work went from a 55 to a 98. Awesome! 17, shopping. Oh yes, I have signed up for Stitch Fix, and I just love to go try things on. Number 18, bones. Yeah, I have them. Cheekbones, hip bones, collarbones, ribs. Yep. 19, my kids are following my lead with healthier eating and fitness. Number 20, water is fabulous and I love it. Ice cold preferred. 21, when I eat healthy and I earn my blue dot, I feel fabulous the next day. 22, I don't even hesitate to take the stairs. It's just what I do. 23, I had plantar fasciitis for over a year, and now it's completely gone. 24, I am slimmer and fitter now than on the day that I was married. Quite a surprise for my dear husband. 25, flexibility, strength, easily crossing my legs and touching my toes, and so much more. For many years, I thought that I was destined to be overweight my whole life. My whole family struggles, and my mother is disabled because of her weight-related issues. For all of you listening out there, I'm here to tell you that you can do this. Determination and focus and a daily dose of Fat Dad's wise advice will help you get there. I'll write back when I hit lifetime. Mike, you're the best. Most sincerely, Jennifer. Jennifer, this is the list that I was talking about earlier on in this episode. Is so long after the you look great, long after the did you lose weight, long after the did you get your hair cut? Something's different about you. Long after all of those things go away, you have to find things that mean something specifically to you. And when you find the things that mean something specifically to you, and you take the moment, just like Jennifer did, to document them. I promise you, as she was writing this, I don't even know, but I promise you, as she was writing this, more than once, the tears started flowing. And so that means she gets it. And as long as she continues to read this list, and I would say, Jennifer, what I want you to do is just before each of the numbers, I want you to print this list out. Just before each of the numbers, once a week or so, I want you to print the list, and I want you to put a true or false next to every one of these. And number one, the ability to be kind to myself, true or false. If that's true 2 months from now, you're on the right path. As you go through this list, true or false, true or false, true or false, if you continue to get more true statements than false statements, then you're still at goal. Congratulations on amazing, amazing accomplishment. You're an incredible wingman. The support of our community continues to be better by your presence. Thank you for certainly being here. I love your list. I would call out a couple of them in particular, but you know the list, and the list is truly for you. I think each and every one of us have our own list, and if we don't, we certainly need to. And so as we write down our why eventually moves to our what it is we do. And you go through here and say, yeah, I am brave. I have bones. My kids are following my lead into healthier eating and fitness. Man, if that doesn't inspire you, if that doesn't want to make you just keep heading in this direction, then nothing else will. And so continue to completely change your life. Continue to change the world. Thank you so much for sharing. Jennifer, truly it's an honor to know you as well. It's an honor to have you as part of our community. And it truly is an honor to celebrate with you. And I cannot wait until your next email when you tell me that you've joined Team Lifetime and that you continue to inspire others. And at that point, we will celebrate. We are always about celebrating here. There's so much positivity going around that this is such an amazing community because of all of you being here. And it's truly an honor to celebrate with you. And I always want to know, what is it that you're celebrating? Let's share it on the air. Go to fatdag.com, click on the Wise Advice Podcast, send in your celebrations, your comments, your questions. I'll work them in as part of the show. You can email them in at onair@fatdag.com. I want you to email in your celebrations. I want you to email in your questions, your comments, because I really want you to be proud of what you're doing. I want you to ask for help. I want you to let me know what it is that you need. As we continue to share with each other, we continue to learn from each other. As I've said over and over and over again, I only have the perspective of my journey. If we are looking to help the rest of the world, we need perspective from every single journey out there. So I encourage you, shoot an email to onair@fatdag.com. Get it in here. Let's go ahead, add it to episode 200 and beyond. Well, that's going to do it for this time. Remember that losing weight and getting healthy has nothing to do with luck. You have to remain disciplined and focused. Set your sights on your goal and go after it. I wish you good focus. Whoop, whoop. Episode, this is 199. 199 is in the books. 200 will be next. We had a 199-ish when we did the show a couple weeks ago where we just said, I just did a live interaction. So, yeah, but this is actually 199. 200 will be tomorrow night. That's the plan. That is the plan. Corey, thank you. Good evening to you. Daisy from Hackensack, New Jersey. Good evening. Andrea, on to episode 200. I know. Woo! Lisa, thank you. Donna says, great show. Thank you. No, you guys, I love that, right? But really, this is us. Yeah. So, Jody, so grateful for tonight's show and all you do for us. Thank you. 30% down. 72 pounds. Man, that's crazy. Absolutely great job. Yeah. Karen, 200 tomorrow. I promise you, 200 tomorrow. What's cool about tomorrow is I don't have to travel 18 million hours to work. Tomorrow's a close day. So I will be home early and we will get 200 done. Promise. We'll do it. I promise you. I promise we will do it tomorrow night. Absolutely promise if I have to. Woo! And yeah, 200, I promise 200 is not going to be anything. Actually, no, 200 will have one person in particular who lost 200 pounds. I can tell you that. I saw that email come into my inbox tonight. What time tomorrow night? Probably not between 9 and 10 Eastern time. That's the plan as of right now. So, yeah, everything is always Eastern time. It's just that's my time zone. So that's the game plan. So yeah, very, very cool. Yeah. So let's see. We got a few minutes here. What did we miss? What do you want to recap? Marcia says, "What? What's the what for? Yippee! If not tomorrow, the next day, because it's all good." Yeah, Jessica. No, I think it'll be tomorrow. I really do. Anne says, "This is my official podcast notice that I made Lifetime." Good job. Congrats, Anne. So cool. Lisa, no, I promised every single time. I said, hey, no matter what, I will do a show tomorrow. I promise you. So, yeah, I promise. I would never, ever, ever, ever break a promise to this community. Why would I do that? That would break all of our trust, right? This community is built on trust. So when I say I'm doing it tomorrow, I promise you I'm doing it tomorrow. Man, Lisa, tough crowd. I don't know why you're so mean to me. What did I ever do to you? So anyway, congrats, Anne, on hitting Lifetime. Very, very, very fun. Dina says, my middle son Caleb is now down 38 pounds. Started at the end of April. So proud of him. Very cool. And I'm proud of him as well. That is so fun. So fun. Look at this. Brenda said I made Lifetime on Friday. So real quick. Okay, so let's do this real quick. If you made Lifetime today, you got to email me today about this long. Send me, we'll do episode 200 will be a Lifetime episode. Let's do that. So there's 3 or 4 of you I just saw right now that made Lifetime. So if you made Lifetime recently or you are Lifetime, 3 to 5 sentences. Shoot them to me tonight, and we will use them tomorrow for the show for episode 200. Sound cool? Cool. So on air at fatdag.com. Subject Lifetime. Go ahead and shoot it to me via email. 3 to 5 sentences. I made Lifetime. Here's how awesome I am. I'm the coolest thing ever. Yes, do that. Shoot that to me. That'll be episode 200. We just planned it that quickly. I'll open the show with someone who lost 200 pounds, and then I'll go Lifetime for as many as I get. Cool? Just like that. That's how we do this. There's no script. There's no production company. There's no, I get, and I appreciate you guys on this one. I truly do. Of course, I run some commercials here and there. It helps cover the cost of the show. And the people who generate the commercials, they shoot me emails and they ask me, can this, I'm like, just so you know, there is no schedule. I do them when I do them. Because they always ask me, what day do you think this will air? And I'm like, I don't know. It'll air on when I come home from work and I get home in time and I have dinner and I can pull up my computer. It'll air that night. So it's kind of fun. So this continues to prove that this is how we do it. We just planned episode 200 in about the last 5 seconds, and we will do it tomorrow night. I promise you. So look at that. Suzanne says lost 110 pounds, made goal Wednesday, on to Lifetime. Very cool, Suzanne. So yeah, I think that's awesome. Lee, I agree. I look forward to hearing from Lifetimers, right? 3 to 5 sentences, somewhere in there, whatever you think, put them in there. And I won't cut them too short, but if you go on for 18 pages, I may, but we'll see. Why not? Episode 200, we'll do it 200 minutes long. I don't know. Very, very fun. Tammy, I know. Very, very, very cool. All right, let's go ahead and wrap up episode 200. I want to push it out to the app. As much as I love all of you guys, there's 130 or so of you here. The app gets significantly more downloads. So those people who aren't able to join us live, they're waiting to hear from us. So we need to push this out. So let me go do that. I'll get to work tomorrow, come home on time. We will absolutely do a show tomorrow night. I'm just telling you, right? Cool. All right, thank you for being here. Let's see. Let's cut Twitter off first. So Twitter, good night. Thank you for being here. We're out. Wishing you great focus for sure. See you tomorrow. Yep, for sure. Don't know how to stop the camera. I don't know how to shut Twitter off. Oh, there it is. Stop. Cool. Woo. All right. So YouTube, let's go ahead and kill you off next. It's like a show of Survivor, right? The tribe has spoken. YouTube, good night. I wish you good focus. See you tomorrow night.